Email?
Yeah. So we got ready to go. Boom.
Yeah, we're ready to roll, man.
We're rolling.
We're rolling. We just gotta wait till people come on and show up.
I think
Man,
it lags.
YouTube.
I think it lags shortly, so there's probably people here. Just
Oh, does
don't-
it?
Yeah, you know how like it goes from like 1 to like 7 to like 45.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, wait till people show up, and we need to talk about the what's going on in the.
Yeah. It's always stuff going on
Oh yeah, I mean
every day. Every day,
Yeah,
man. You're real bright.
I am.
Look at your face.
Dang, what's going on, man? We got any people in here? Oh, we got
Look at all
some
these
people
people.
showing up.
What up, Tim Durant?
All right, let me see if I can move
Okay.
my camera. You would think that we'd have this figured out by now.
Brutal FPV. What's up, bud?
Yo,
Afternoon, Phoenix.
brutal
What's up, Jason
FPV.
Newbrig? Happy Tuesday to you too, good sir.
Yes. Hey, so brutal FPV. What's the story with the name brutal FPV? Obviously, you're probably not gonna be able to unpack. Man, thanks, Jason. I've always been a bright boy, but obviously, you're not gonna unpack the whole thing here on why your name is brutal. But maybe you can drop
I have a
us line
guess.
or something.
I have a guess. It looks like from his picture, he flies wings of some kind. Maybe
Yeah.
he just busts those wings up brutal to his aircraft. He's hard on aircraft.
He may be. He may be.
That's my guess. I have no idea.
Well,
What's
I
up,
mean,
Joe
you're
Burke
entitled to
Atkinson?
this.
How you doing? We're doing
Sponzy, what's up,
We're
brother?
doing well.
Man,
Spons.
we got a lot of people coming in. Hello from East Liverpool. That's not
Ooh.
too far.
I have family. Thomas Moore. I have family that live in East Liverpool. They own a shoe shop.
A shoe shop?
The Sabatinis.
They own a shoe shop?
Yeah, Sabatini shoes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why sometimes I get some of my shoes that I buy because they
You get a discount?
little discount.
Matt, no.
Oh, look at that!
Look at
What's
that.
up, Matt Nowakowski? Matty Betty. What's up, dude?
All right.
Good to see you, bro.
Yeah, I gotta move my microphone so I can see the text coming in. I can't see the text. What's going on? How did the smoke powder system work?
Spawns, we're gonna leave that. We're gonna leave that to the content.
No, I ain't gonna leave it in the content. It did not work like we wanted it to.
Nope.
But I think that the David is working on it to make it what it needs to be.
Yes. That's how we roll
Oh.
in the shower. Oh, look at that. Thomas Moore says that's cool. I buy my shoes there. Hey.
Nice.
How-
Yeah, the smoke system. For those of you that don't know, if you get on Facebook, the Flight Test Life or not Life fans, yeah, Flight Test fans. I post a couple pictures of the smoke apparatus on the Flurkin and on the Legacy, and we tried it out today. And just needless to say, they didn't work. One didn't work because there was a minor mechanical malfunction on the Flurkin, which I'm sure you guys are going to be able to see that. But yeah, the Flurkin took off and came right back in a hurry.
It came right back.
It almost hit Bob.
Ben Harbor knows exactly what we're talking about.
Oh yeah, well, it was almost. Hey Ben, hey, what's up, man? But it was almost like a Ben Harbor, but it didn't go this way. It went in this way.
It had a little more flair. Let's just put it. It had a little bit more flair.
Oh yeah, and I just hope they caught it all in video. I know that the Instago on the front of it caught it.
Yeah,
because that thing was just. It just pile drived into the ground. So.
Oh, man.
Goodness.
Bob didn't care a lick. He was standing firm.
Oh yeah, he didn't move. He didn't move at all.
Gold.
So hey, how's everybody doing? I mean, it's a Tuesday here in Ohio. It says that it's 62 degrees out there.
Doesn't feel that way.
No, I don't know where it says. I mean, it's depends. Like my watch says 55.
55. Yeah.
My
Definitely
computer
closer to
says
55 than
62.
62.
Ain't that crazy?
Oh,
So,
here's a good question.
it is a good
Not that
question.
we probably know much at this point, but we can probably talk to last year's numbers a little bit.
Well, let's just answer your question. I'm guessing there's going to be 1,000. That's where my guess is. Just knowing, like you're saying, last year's numbers, and then just the buzz from this year, and everything that we're able to push it a little bit harder, quicker, and everything. I think that we're going to be close to 1,000 pilots overall. I mean, from the whole event, as a whole coming in. There'll be some people that are only there a day or whatever, but as a whole, I think we're going to be
registered pilots will be 1,000
registered pilots. Yeah.
Yep.
Which is kind of shanky if somebody comes and they fly and they're not a registered pilot. Kind of defeats the whole purpose.
Truth. We got to make sure that we get everybody registered on the pilot passes and the program.
Yeah, yeah. And we can do all that online. That's all at flightfest.com. So,
can you make me a dam buster? Well, that's the question.
What do you
David Mayfield? For yourself, or are you asking for the content?
A dam buster, like something that flies into a dam and explodes it?
Dam busters is like didn't they have like projectiles they dropped into the water and?
Oh, I don't know.
Pretty sure.
I have no idea.
So if you're asking about content, I mean, yeah, we can almost do anything these days, it seems like. But if you're asking for us to make you one, that's a different story.
There's always a price tag. If you want a dam, I always start out at $25,000.
Yeah, right.
No one, and just so you know, no one's bit on that yet.
He said, for me, no World War II plane. So yeah, David, you can shoot me an email. There's a fairly high price tag because of the opportunity costs involved to create something for an individual. So if you got $20,000 laying around, you let me know.
20? I said 25. What are you taking?
Yeah, I'm just
You give them a friends and family discount?
Friends, yeah.
Nice. I love it. We are a big family. Hey, so Matthew Allen is asking, what's the big topic for the day? We have a bunch of stuff that's going on in the FTCA that I think that is important that we could talk about. One of the biggest topics for the FTCA is the partnership now with the FPV Freedom Coalition. We made that official last week. Yep. And we're actually going to have Dave Messina, which is the president of the FPV Freedom Coalition, on our podcast on Thursday. So he'll be talking about regulations and all that good stuff. So if you're one of the ones that want to ask questions about regulations and nerd out about that, Dave Messina is going to be your man. So,
so show up.
That's a big topic.
Show up and show out for that. Definitely.
Show up and show out. Is that what you said?
Yep. Show up.
Okay. Yeah.
Come check out. That's a big piece of info.
Yeah, that's a big
also,
piece.
Give just so everybody's aware, give some context. I think it's good for them to know. Give some context of how long the conversation with FPV-FC, Freedom Coalition, and Josh, and how that all started in terms of like the time frame that it's been to get to this point. I mean, it's been a while, right?
Yeah. So, and I'm sure that Josh will probably speak. Josh and Dave both will both probably speak into it a little bit on Thursday. But it started out that they met through one of the DACs, the Drone Advisory Committees, through the FAA.
Yep.
And just kind of they seen that they're both moving in the same direction and just started talking. Created a great respect for one another. Josh came to me and said, "Hey, we need to talk to this Dave Messina guy." And just, I think that he sounds like he's going in the right direction, or the same direction as we are with the FTCA. I think this would be a good partnership. So we just started talking to them a few months ago now. Yeah, I would say, and that we just kind of progressed. I mean, we talked about a lot of things, just make sure everybody's on the same page and we agree with the direction. And it's just kind of one of those things. Like it's almost as if the two were made for each other. So. Yeah, I mean, so it's not something like it just happened overnight, and we've been working on this for quite some time. So
it's been in the works for a while.
That's it. And Matt also asked, are they running the quad racing? Well, at Flight Fest, I'm guessing what you're asking. We're not going to have like timed trials quad racing. They are going to be managing the FPV areas. There's going to be designated areas in which we have for FPV where we're going to have if you have a question, like a question corner in the build tent, you can help build. They can help you build stuff in the build tent, but they're also going to have places on the either end of the line where there's going to be FPV flying going on. So yeah, they're going to be running that, and it's actually we're going to be using multi-GP's frequency thingamabobber app, some kind of app that helps coordinate the whole shebang, as Stefan would say. So yeah, I mean that's an exciting thing for Flight Fest, that we're going to have a bunch more opportunities for that.
Yes.
So
yes, indeed.
But that's the biggest FTCA update. We do have the FTCA member portal will be. I'm looking at this. The FTCA portal will be updated today. By the end of the day is what my plan is. So that's my plan. Hopefully we get to it. We got a couple other meetings after this, but I think that. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. We'll get it done today or tomorrow morning, but I'm thinking today. Yeah. In that update, there's going to be some cool things for. I think they're cool for the flight crew in particular, and for the spectators. I mean, the spectators get some perks as well.
Air crew.
Air crew, flight crew. Air crew is going to be getting a pretty significant discount on the Flerken, and we're going to be giving to be a spoiler, but to be a complete spoiler, a $10 off a Flerken. So the big Flerken, not the nano Flerken.
Yeah, the main Flerken.
The original Flerken.
Yeah, $10 out. I mean that's a 30 some odd percent, 35% savings. Right?
I think 25.
20. Well, close enough. I said 30. The original was 30.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So, but yeah. All right. So, Wid Z said, will there be FPV wing racing at Flight Fest? So there's not going to be any qualifying or timed racing going on. There will be a course that if you want to practice on and stuff like that. The objective for FPV at Flight Fest is not for all of the racers to come out there and jam up all the channels and do all that stuff. I'm not against you guys coming out and having fun. It's just that we really want to use this time to help people get into the FPV. So if you're a racer and you're really good, I mean, that you'd be hopefully a good teacher to teach someone how to go about themselves becoming better at the FPV. So our wings. So at the end of the day, are wings going to be allowed? Oh yeah, absolutely. Yep. Absolutely.
Indeed. Sponzy, does the new FT Guardian Gremlin kit come with an FPV AIO camera? It does.
Yeah.
So the FT Guardian Gremlin kit, which if you guys don't know, we just dropped.
Yeah, I put it should be up on the.
It's on the store right now.
Yeah, I mean, and it says it has it right there in the.
It now has an updated description with a bullet list spawns. And anybody else is looking at it.
It's a 3D printed.
Yeah, all the different things that it has. So yeah, it does come with the Ant, which is an all-in-one FPV camera. You get the frame, you get the mount for it, you get everything you need to fly this beast except for your receiver, which we have a thing on there. You can grab like a little satellite receiver, like a Lemon, and then also a battery, right, which is like the 450 to 800 size battery range. So you can add those things right to your cart on the product page as well, which is cool. And you're ready to go. Everything all up weight, ready to fly, which is pretty awesome. So we've been flying. Well, I haven't been yet, but Lee's been flying the Guardian Gremlin out here at the shop. He had a couple flights in today. Boom, look at that guy.
Yeah.
Boom. With those are the 1104 5250 kV motors as well.
Yeah.
They're really cool too. You can't really see them. I'm gonna see if I can show you like the inside of it. I don't know if it's gonna focus, but right there, it actually says, you can't see it well. It actually says Gremlin on the side of the motor. So they're actually branded motors, which is awesome. Hey, thanks, Mike Chin. Thanks, Mike Chin. Nice head. Mike Chin works at these guys.
So, with the Gremlin and everything, that's I haven't been in FPV in years and years. It's been a long time, and this Gremlin has helped me just get my feet wet again. I've been loving it. So
I can't wait. I have the battery ready.
Well, I know we're supposed to fly. We'll fly after this.
Okay, done.
Before our next meeting.
Float and fly. Yes.
Float and fly. Yeah. But for those that are asking, or maybe those are some of you want to fly, I don't know what are nervous too. The awesome thing about this Gremlin, if you watched, this last video, you could watch me flying this thing and just beating into everything, and it just keeps on going.
Yeah,
keeps on going.
It's such a fun time. Yeah, and that's the tagline. So when we first launched the Gremlin, it was all about the fun, and then we're kind of relaunching, I guess you would say, the Gremlin line. We'll be doing some new frames, but specifically the Guardian. It's all about the fun, you know what I mean? And we're all just here to kind of enjoy each other's company, fly together, and the Gremlin is going to hopefully bring back. Obviously, not only bring fun into the fold without needing to worry so much about maybe like the high performance stuff that might get you a little antsy or a little nervous. Yeah. It's not about that. If you want to do that, there are products out there that allow for you to go high performance and race and be in that same class.
And we're looking at partnering with some of those people too.
Yeah,
in the
correct.
Future. So we're not going to be carrying all that line for the race quads and everything. So but yeah, the Gremlin line itself is pretty slick here. So
yeah. So this is a good question. Are you doing a line of planes built around the Gremlin motor system for when we bust the quad good, having fun? So currently not that specific motor. The Nano Flurkin uses a Gremlin motor, but it's a larger. That's the 1304, right? That we use on the
yeah. I mean, and the thing is, like, you bust this frame, it's pretty hard. I mean, you're gonna have to really take it, take it to the extreme to bust the frame. But if you do the frame, I think we're gonna be selling the frames for like less than $20. That you could just put
pick up a new frame, pop that back on, take the electronics on, put it back on.
Like, I mean, I've hit some stuff with this. I mean,
I think you cartwheeled it the other day.
Oh, I think I cartwheel it every time I fly it.
So here's a Dwight Souter. Can rubber bumpers be added to the Gremlin for student flying? They're not currently there, but 100% that could be done. You lose a bit of performance based on some weight, depending on what you use for the bumper. Yeah. But 100%, it doesn't need it. But if you want to place something on there, by all means, that would be more than doable. Whether that's 3D printed, whether that's cutting a piece of something and putting tape over it, whatever. There's a whole bunch of opportunities there for sure. Good question.
Oh yeah. Well, and that's the thing too. Like, it is when looking at this one, keep in mind that it's not high performance. It will perform, but it's not high performance. Two, I look at this as kind of like it's just an oversized tiny whoop. So as far as putting rubber bumpers on it, you'll see that I don't think you really don't even need rubber bumpers. Because just because I mean it's
Just because.
just because I know that's not a good answer.
For sure. But like I said, if you really have interest in it, you can. That's really the only thing.
They were actually weren't they talking about it, like making
like a
3D
bumper
print
kit. Yeah.
Hey, my wife says hi.
Hey, Shannon.
What's up, dear?
So there was another quick question on all of this. Where was that?
I don't know. What are you looking for?
It spawns. Okay. Any chance of a Carbon Guardian frame upgrade? Not in its current form as it sits.
Yeah.
Not saying that won't happen in the future for different frames, but for this specific frame at the moment, we do not have any plans to make a carbon version of this frame. Now, if hundreds of people were emailing the crap out of us saying, hey, we want this and we need this, you never know. But at the moment, we do not have any plans to do so.
Yeah, I mean, and the reason being is not because it's not a good idea.
Right.
Honestly, it comes down to dollars and cents. The reason is we want to keep the Gremlin line and everything at a price point where people can easily get into it. Like this thing right here, minus the battery and the receiver, I mean, you're looking at $119 to go FPV. I mean, this is it's a reasonable purchase.
Ready to fly, $146.
Is that what it is when you add?
Now you obviously have to have a transmitter, but ready to go, all up weight. You flip a switch to fly. If you already have a transmitter, $146.
It's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. I think I'm going to leave right now and go fly.
Look who's here. Hi, Amber.
Hey, Amber.
Amber
this is, you guys hear us talking about corporate or Lauren. Amber is one of those that works up. Actually, it's down because they're south of us.
Yep.
At corporate for Lauren International. She's one of the.
She's in the accounting crew.
The bean counters, right?
Yeah, she counts all the beans that come in.
Counts the beans.
Counts and distributes them accordingly.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, Amber is a part of our accounting crew. Has been for a long time. What's up, Amber? Hope you have a good day.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming and hanging out.
Oh yeah. Steven wants to know about the what do you keep?
Okay, so literally we have
awesome.
Great minds think alike. We tried to click Stephen Hobby's button to showcase this comment 3 times in a row, and we kept taking it on and off. Are you guys going to release your own FPV goggles?
Yeah. Yes.
This is true. They're going to. The plan is that there will be a small box goggle. Actually, you've probably seen, if you look at the most recent video on YouTube, it's the actual goggle that our friend Lee here was flying the Guardian with. Yeah. He might have them in his office.
I do.
Boom.
Yeah.
True diversity. I think we've talked about this a couple times, but true diversity in terms of it has 2 receivers in there, which is great. DVR capabilities, removable battery, but it's also chargeable within the goggles. 18650 battery, and then an SD card slot there on the side, and other things like that. And then we'll be making a custom decal set for it as well.
Yeah, they're nice. I mean, and to be 100% honest, and as we always are, they're a nice entry level. They're a nice entry level goggle. I like using them. Today I just picked up a pair of Fat Sharks, and obviously they're huge difference.
Yeah,
$400 pair of goggles versus $800 $89 or whatever, $99, whatever we're gonna make them.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, it's definitely they're a good way to get in.
Yeah.
Thomas Moore had a good question here.
I almost just clicked that, but you got to it first.
Dang it.
What transmitter do you recommend that would be a good for future growth? And actually, Mike Chin 517.
Oh, you know what?
Or not Mike Chin. Where's it at? Christopher Aida. Yeah. Thomas, I recommend a Radiomaster TX 16S multi-protocol. There's that option. We're talking about the Zorro here, if you can see on Lee's scenario there.
Yeah,
awesome,
I think
great
that,
ergonomic transmitter as well, multi-protocol.
Yeah.
$100 for a 4-in-1.
You got your two there. Woo! They're both Radiomaster. They're both multi-protocol.
Yeah.
Obviously the Zorro is going to be a little bit cheaper. But just because it's cheaper, what is this one going to be, like 120 or
$100 or so? So essentially 119.
But it has so many functions on it. And what I really like about this radio compared to other entry quote unquote level radios is that the gimbals on this thing. And mind you, I'm just getting back into all this stuff, so I'm not all up on all the technology. But what I do know is that the feel is there, and which is huge, especially when you're wanting to, you're like me and you fly off of that.
Yeah.
So huge shout out for the Radiomaster Zorro. If they didn't give us custom radios, like this, I would be using this versus it's just
a great radio.
Oh yeah,
and also just the price point's really nice too. For the 4-in-1 protocol. Also, I forgot to answer this earlier. Mike Chin, what's the cell count for the setup 2S or 3S? So that specific Gremlin, currently we're flying on 2S 450 to 800 milliamp batteries. I don't even know. Can it do a 3S, Lee?
I don't think it can.
I thought it was 2S specific.
Yeah.
We are looking at other boards once we move on from these boards to a 2 to 4S, I think, board version. So it'll be a little bit more open-ended for people as well. But yeah, I wanted to make mention of that. I saw that comment earlier. I forgot to answer that. So yeah, it's more mainly a 2S setup. Indubitably.
Yes.
Here you go.
What's that?
146 ready to fly quad. Heck yeah. Better than the 30-watt toy quad at retail stores.
Right.
Even it costs 5 times more. It's fantastic. So yes, sir. Yes, sir. Great option. Great scenario for a lot of people to get into the hobby. Also, when it comes to, there is a little bit of stuff with Betaflight and this and that with the Gremlin. So we talk about the whoops all the time, right? So we're working on a STEM whoop right now with Jesse Perkins. That's going to be your introductory level, get into it, fly it, move around, right? And then your next step up is going to be your Gremlin line, right? That's the part of the runway from a quad perspective. Then you're going to go from the Gremlin into those 3, 4, 5, 6-inch quads down the line as you continue to grow into that realm. A little bit more performance, a little bit more craziness, etc.
Right.
So it works out really well. Yes.
This old Dwight's asking, can the Gremlins carry an old GoPro Hero 3? I'm sure they could, but it's not going to be very efficient because they're a little bit. They need a smaller. The best thing for them is the little. Where to go?
Yeah, the Insta360 Go 2.
Yes,
it weighs an ounce.
We actually have a mount that that David made.
Correct. Yes. So we use that all the time. It's just as good as a GoPro in general. Now, obviously, I'm guessing you're asking because you have a Hero 3, Dwight. What can be done? I don't know if this can be done with the Hero 3, but a lot of people use decase, naked GoPros.
Yeah.
Right. They take the case off, take all the unnecessary things, and they use that because that saves a ton of weight. I don't know if you can even do that with the Hero 3 or not. So you can try, but if you're going to be doing that a lot, we would definitely encourage you to go grab an Insta360 Go 2 that does all of those things and weighs an ounce, right? It's perfect for those type of Gremlin quads.
Right. So Christopher says, I have a Green Hornet Cinewhoop. How responsive is the Gremlin compared to a Cinewhoop? We haven't done any tests. Like I already said, we're not trying to compare to anything. All we're trying to do is just provide a viable option. Really, this was birthed out of a need for STEM, because this year we are really pushing STEM, and we didn't have the next step for the program, like Stefan was just saying about the runway. We didn't have the next step for the multi-rotor part of that, versus going from the tiny whoop right into like a Versacopter or something. So we wanted to make sure we had a solution for that. So I say all that to, I'm sure there are better quads out there that are probably faster and more durable. I don't know. There might be, but this is just what we have, and we're going to push. We think that it meets the mark, especially the bang for your buck.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we're really getting at, because we're trying to design something that at the end of the day we can outfit a whole classroom with something like this.
Right.
And at that price point, and then when we when we get our new goggles and the T8 light transmitters, we're looking at sub $300 for a whole kit, FPV kit, fully ready FPV kit for a student. So that's the objective in it. So I'm not trying to minimize your question or anything there, Christopher, but that's just kind of the idea and the thought behind it.
Yeah, and to answer real quick a little bit more on that, Mike Chin just mentioned it has a lot of extra weight. The foam and the ducts probably comparable. And he's right. This one's going to be lighter, smaller motors, but the other one has a bunch more weight. So it's going to be a similar response rate from left to right, front to back, from your transmitter. You're probably not going to even notice. And if you like that Green Hornet, you're going to love the Gremlin for sure, the Guardian. On top of that, Spawns had made mention that the STL file for the mount for the Insta360 Go 2 for the Guardian is available to download on the FT forums. So if you have Go 2, or if you're looking to get one, make sure you make use to that resource. It's a really good mount. It's really awesome, super simple. It's not super complicated. You just put it on there and you go. So make sure if you have the need for that, grab one and then slap that sucker on the Guardian and go fly. Create some memories and some awesome videos.
Oh yeah. I like what Mike says here. The awesome part about flight tests, especially when I got started was really broke, was having an affordable way to get into the hobby. I saw as super expensive. Like, so he saw the hobby as being super expensive.
Mm-hmm.
But we provided an affordable way, and that's it. That's what we want to do. And I think that, even Josh said before that's kind of what happened with the Gremlin line. Was it started out real entry level, easy to get into, and then it just kind of got out of control, trying to make everything super fast and racing and all this other stuff. So, kind of getting back to the roots, where Josh really his heart was when he started all that.
Yep. So, and then on that same note, so Dwight said, "I'm ordering 2 Gremlins for my classroom plus a Tenet." Awesome, Dwight. Appreciate the love there, bro.
Hey, if you're getting the Tenet, make sure you get the Tenet powered flight. That way you can go throughout
all the way through.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's going to be the best bang for your buck there.
Yeah, Chris said, "I think I'll try a Gremlin because I don't fly my Green Hornet very often." Fair enough. I do like my FXT Viper goggles. Will they be compatible? 100%. Those goggles will work with the Ants all-in-one camera. It's already got a VTX built in. It goes from 25 to 200 milliwatt. So you'll have all the options in the world with that setup. And Christopher and anyone else that purchases a Gremlin and flies it, let us know. Let us know the feedback. Let us know how you like it. Because we're jumping back into this thing and we want to know, right? Are you having problems? Are you loving it to the fullest extent possible? How we want to make sure that your guys' experience from now and moving forward is going to be the best that it possibly can be. So don't not share your feedback. We always want to hear it.
Oh yeah. So Courberard asked about he said, I haven't used my goggles in years. Are Fat Shark's teleporter V4s even usable anymore? I'm not a big, I don't know yet. I mean, that's not my forte yet, but I can tell you this. I heard Wes, which is the office next door. You guys know Wes. He's the brains behind the tech support and everything. He said any analog, any analog will pick it up. So,
any goggle you're going to use, analog wise will be fine.
Yeah.
Those teleportals will be fine. Fat Shark, SEs, HCOs, all the different things like the Viper goggles. Those are going to be just perfectly fine.
Yeah.
So you're good.
Yeah.
Goggle tech hasn't come super far. The new fatties have slightly larger screens, but it's not night and day. Digital is cool, but that's a different system. It gets a little expensive. And that's the biggest thing. So like if you want to fly affordably, right? You're more than likely not going to be getting into a digital solution right off the bat.
Yeah.
You're gonna start with the analog. And then
they won't let me fly with DJI yet.
Yeah, that's right. So that being said, there are new digital opportunities coming into the space, right? Like HT0 and obviously you already have DJI and Caddx and whatnot. And so as more come into the fold, those price points are going to come down because they have to, right? The better technology gets, right, the cheaper it's going to get to buy it. So just keep on the lookout for that kind of stuff. You'll see things popping up here over the next years or so.
Yeah, and if you really want to go cheap, this is awesome. Ben said he made a frame that 3D printed joints and used popsicle sticks for arms. Called it the Grimsicle.
Yeah, dude, we had that. At the old shop. That was actually on my. You know how we all had walls back in the day at the old shop. I'm pretty sure that was on my wall. It was either on my wall or on my my desk. So
where is it at now?
Buddy. Oh, that either got sold in that giant or given away in that giant garage sale of sorts that we had.
Hey, Ben, if you have any more, I am interested in a Grimsicle. It looks pretty sweet. Hey, this one you need to talk into this.
Yes,
Stefan.
Steven, can't be wrong. Thanks for making note of this. He says, hey, there's no super chat or any way to donate. Am I missing something? So obviously we went from doing all of our podcasts and FT interactions with the main channel. We cut the main channel out. We're doing Flight Test Life and FTCA and then the Facebook. Essentially, the FTCA channel specifically and any YouTube channel has to meet 4 requirements for you to be able to monetize any of the content or be even available to advertise content. And with that, the monetization process, part of that is super chats and sticker chats and all those things. So once we get our monetization status through the FTCA, which we are, by the way, 185 watch hours away from that. So
we need more people too, though, right?
No, we're good. Everything.
If we have more people, then the hours would come.
That's true. Yeah, if we get more people, that's true. But if you guys just keep this, just go back and watch all the podcasts or just let them play like constantly, we'll get there by the end of the week. But from what I can gather, by the end of this month, starting April 1st, more than likely, we will have the ability for you guys to do super chats and super stickers and all that kind of stuff. So thanks so much, Stephen Gambarong. I appreciate you asking. We're right there. We're couple like 100 hours away from in terms of watch time. So that's our last checkbox. So I'll keep you posted.
Hey, Jason, he made a comment, and I mean, he may be right. He said, going to be hard for schools or students to come up with that kind of money, no matter how good the intentions. That's not true. That's not true. At least in my experience, and the conversation I just had last night with a STEM teacher. We had some Boy Scouts out here at Edgewater, and we did a flying event with a Boy Scout troop. And the Boy Scout leader is a STEM teacher at a local high school. And I was going over the Tiny Whoop and the Gremlin and everything with him, and all the price points and everything. And he says, man, that's actually very reasonable compared to other STEM programs and
robotics programs in that regard. Right?
It's a fraction of the cost of that. Yeah. So, I mean, I get it. It does sound like a lot of money, but when they're getting grants and stuff, now maybe like some schools can't get that money, and I totally understand and agree with that. But we're right in the ballpark.
Yeah, he's mentioning the electronics are still the most expensive part. No phone equivalent, motor AC, etc. And you're right, Jason. And that's the other thing is that like we are doing our very best to create an option, right? Because some schools don't have any options, right? Some schools will never have the option to afford electronics, right? Now we understand that, so we offer like the Tenet Lite, for example, right? The Tenet Lite is a project that a classroom can bring into the fold for pennies on the dollar. I mean, it's ridiculous. You buy 10 Tenet Lights for a classroom of 10, you're going to spend like, what, a couple $100? Something like that?
Well, they're what, 20, yeah, a little over 200, about $250.
$250. And that's to outfit every single kid with a project that they can actually take home at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Which is unheard of. $25 a kid. Let's just put it that way. Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's unheard of. So in terms of how that looks and how it moves going forward, there are powered versions for sure, but there are also glider versions and all that kind of stuff. So we want to make sure that we hit both.
Oh yeah. Hey, this is probably true of a lot of people. He says, you know, I still have one of the original Bixler design Gremlin kits lying around. There's probably a lot of kids, and that's what we want to encourage with this. Like if we could get everybody to dust off their Gremlins and get them back in the air and share pictures, bring them to Flight Fest. That'd be awesome. We could have a Gremlin fly together. We just look like a bunch of mosquitoes up in the sky or something. That'd be pretty slick.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah,
Ben is sending me pictures right now
of the Gremsicle. Yeah, it's on Thingiverse right now.
I know it's on Thingiverse, but hey, Ben, if you look in the background, you guys can't see. Or is it this way? No, you can't see, can you? In the background,
just to the right of those goggles.
Over here, there is a 3D printer that was given to me. I haven't used it yet, so I'm not on Thingiverse or anything yet. So tell me it's there. I got you.
That's right.
That's like telling me that there's ice cream sandwiches at the local supermarket. Okay, they're there, but they're not in my freezer.
Right. Yeah.
And then in my belly. Sorry, that's what I was thinking.
So good though, you know what I mean? It's how they work.
Yes.
Yeah. So I write a lot of grants for my classroom. It takes work, but it's doable. Yeah, and that's a great point. I'm glad you clicked that, Lee, because I get the opportunity to talk with one of our STEM coordinators, Trevor Sill. And he talks about this all the time. He talks about grants. He talks about just like the bureaucracy behind how schools work. And so, you know, we want to give information to teachers and to principals and to just the people who are buying the products, et cetera, as much as we can. So like Trevor does a lot of stuff behind the scenes to get people ready to be able to fit these things in their classrooms.
True.
On the paperwork side, right? It's the same thing here with what he was saying with the writing grants. It does take some time. It does take work, but 100% at the end of the day, it's doable and it's workable and it's so rewarding, right? Specifically, not only for the teachers and whatnot, but also the students, right?
Yeah.
So keep us posted on how we can help in those ways. We want to make sure that we're helping anybody that wants to kind of get this stuff in their classrooms. So we have the ability to do it, and I think at the end of the day, it's gonna be great for everybody.
Hey man, we're up on our time now.
It is. We're at 45. Well, hey,
we gotta wrap this up just because we got a meeting we got to get to, which hopefully is a very promising meeting. We're meeting with I don't care. I'll say it with the EAA.
We're looking forward to having a good talk with our friends over at EAA and see what we can do in the future.
Hopefully it'll be fun. So, all right. Well, hey, you all have a good day. I'm not going to ask Stefan for a word of wisdom because we know he doesn't have any. But we love him nonetheless. Hey, keep it up in the air. Keep flying. Send us some pics, and the two of us will see you next Tuesday, but don't forget Thursday. We'll have Dave Messina on with the three of us, with Stefan, myself, and Josh. So
we got to go fly some gremlins.
Let's do it. All right, we'll see you. Talk to you,
guys.